The secret of the Nazir is found in the number 30. And this is the finding in the Talmud when the only halakha that is based on a gematria is the halakha of the 30-day period of the Nazir's oath. This comes from the word Yeh Kodesh. He will be Kodesh. And it's the Yeh, Yud Hey, Yud Hey. And this name is the name of the Nazir, Yeh. And the Yeh is the fulfillment and the origin of the Yud Hey Vav Hey. The difference in the Yud Hey Vav Hey and the Yud Hey Yud Hey is the entire thing. The lower world here that's based on the 6 attributes, the Bereshis that comes out of Bina, is the Vav. And then the Hey is the final Hey, which is the Malkus. So the Zir Anpen is what comes out of Bina in the word Bereshis, created 6, and that's the Zir Anpen. Those are the 6 days. However, above this, in the Yud and the Hey of Abba and Ima, of Chokmah and Bina, that's the upper world. The lower world comes out of Bina, down here into the 6 days of creation and the Shabbos of the 7th day of the Yom. Actually, it's not the Shabbos, but the Yom Shivishi, the 7th day after the 6th. But to attain an eternal Shabbos, one has to be in Bina, and it's the original Hey. And quite frankly, the Zir Anpen isn't complete either. It only has 6 because it doesn't have the extra 4. And that extra 4 is Chokmah with the Yud. So, Chokmah and Bina and the upper worlds, who are always upper worlds, are always complete. Yud and the Hey, and the tip of the Yud is in the Keter. This world, when it is the same down here as it is up there, then the Yud and the Hey up there will be the Yud and the Hey down here, and that's the Yud Hey name. And that's the name of the Nazir. The 30 of the Nazir. This lower world is just the same as the upper world when it's Yud Hey. And the created world down here has to be elevated up to the original Yud Hey. This is also reflected in Kavod Ava and Ima. That your days will be lengthened down here on the earth. They'll be lengthened from Bereshit 6 to Yud, created 10. You'll get an extra 40 days out of it, like. Well, 4. In fact, that 4 is a whole and a half. We'll talk about that. Well, the 6 over 4 is 3, is 3 and a half. Well, it's 6 over 4 is whole and a half. And 4 over 2 4 over 6 is 2/3. 0.666. So when we have all this, we see that the Nazir, when he attains this name, it's the culmination and what will be the name in the Olam Haba. And he attains that down here on earth. It's as simple as that. And there are many other things in the 30-day period. The 30-day period is the period that one mourns every other relative except the father and mother. Like a brother is mourned for 30 days. Even a wife is only mourned for 30 days. And for those who find it impossible to be without marriage, you're allowed to get married after 30 days. The Ruach, even when you're doing for father and mother. The Shaloshim period is when the Ruach leaves. Also, the Zelem, which is a very big deal, Zadek, Lamed, Mem, that leaves the person 30 days before the death of the person. So your Zelem has already left when you die. It's almost a die before you die. The Zelem is left. Once the Zelem leaves, then the body is going to die 30 days later, but the real you, the Zelem of you, is dead. And when I do this, that's what happened. Anyway. This Zelem has a great spelling of 160, which is Kayin. Kayin, whenever one brings up Kayin, one has to also reflect on Hevel. And he says, Hashomer Achi Anoki. Is my Anoki, my highest level of what I call the Anoki is the for me, it's the Ani of the godly soul. The Ani of the animal soul is Ani. The eye of the animal soul is Ani. But for me, the eye of the godly soul is Anoki. And that's the Anoki that starts off the Torah. The 10 Commandments. Anoki to me is like Ani, like an eye, like an ego. The eye is the ego. And as we've said, that the whole idea is to change the Ani into an ayin. But the Anoki is that sense of the self, of the godly soul. And so when Cain asks, Hashomer, am I the keeper of my brother? Anoki, is the godly soul, is my godly soul the keeper of my brother? Or is it just the Ani part of my soul? So his real question was, is he really responsible in the Anoki level? And quite frankly, in the Anoki level, he wasn't responsible. He's responsible if he had said, Hashomer Achi Ani. But he said, Hashomer Achi Anoki. And that's the godly soul, and he wasn't. Not responsible. So this whole idea of the Nazir has heaven on earth. The Yud Hey is always up there, the father and mother. And Kaved Av and Ima brings that his days shall be long and lengthened from Vav to Yud. You know? On the Adamah. And Adamah relates to Bina. And so he brings Adamah down into the Eretz. The Adamah is in the Eretz for the Nazir and for the enlightened man. Which God has given him. It was given to him for this. He was born for this. It's a Matan Torah. It's a gift. And one of the great difficulties is how to accept a gift. Many have written about this, even non-Jewish, Derrida has written about this, about the gift. Does a gift have a price? Is there such a thing as a real gift? So, these are just what I call openings. Petach. Openings to a field of endeavor, into a new sacred space. This is the real secret here. It's openings. And the whole secret, remember, things are always very simple at the very, very top. At the top of a pyramid, it's always a little bit up there. But down at the bottom, it looks complicated and complex because of multiplicity. But multiplicity at its origin is a point, a Yehida point. Subtle differences. And that's what makes the difference between people, worlds, and everything. Down here in the Osea world, we have multiplicity. Up at the Yehida world, we have oneness. That's the whole point. One. There's only one thing up there. So when we talk about the Yud Hey, it's obviously a mirror image of the first Yud Hey. Yud Hey, and then that's the upper world. And then the Vav Hey is down here. In the Yud Hey Yud, Vav Hey. But everybody, I didn't make this up. The thing is to make, in the, Messianic times, it'll be Yud Hey. The heavens will be down here. It'll be obvious. Well, it's obvious to me. Is it obvious to me because I'm a Nazir? Is it obvious to me because for me it's given, it's a matan, and to express it. My anoki is to express it, not my ani. So this is a great privilege to be opening these openings, and quite frankly, the entire halakha is based on this. It's the only gematria based in halakha, and obviously it has to do with a month, 30 days, and a month is a mini year. It's a repetition, and there's a Rosh Chodesh, and there's a Rosh Chodesh Katan, and the whole idea of Rosh Chodesh is a new start. So it's like a Rosh Hashanah. And there are 4 Rosh Hashanah, and there's 12, and maybe 13. The big month is the 13th. Chodesh, the 13th month, the Adar, 2, the intercalculated month. So, and my name Alexander is 365, which are the days of the year, and the most important thing is a yom, how everything comes out of a yom, how the 2 names Yud He Vav He and Elohim come out of a yom, and how the yom is number 56, and 56 just happens to be Yud He Vav He is 26, and Yud He is 30, and that comes out to be 56, as reflected in the word Yom, for Yom HaKippati, HaKippurim. Yom. I know they say that Om comes from Amen, but it can also come from Yom. And when you meditate on the word Yom, like Yom, you can think of the transition from Yud He Vav He to Yud He. And that the word Yom has its din equal to its Kedusha. And that's what makes it 112, and that's what makes it the 2 names of Yud He Vav He and Elohim is 112, and that's an Aleph plus Aleph is 111, Aleph Lamed Pei plus 1 itself is 112. And that's the origin of Aleph Aleph. So these are deep significances found within the 30 of the Nazir, the only halakha based on gematria. But once that halakha is open to the person who absorbs that, then a lot of things revolve around gematria. But without understanding the root of halakha, the root of that at the essence of the halakha is a gematria. At its most secret source of the Nazir. Then you miss out a lot.